good. How are you?
Good. What's making you feel so good?
PRing a bunch of stuff recently.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. We had a PR on the run, right? That was like a 3-minute PR.
I didn't even realize that one. And then I saw the post on the Coast Range page and I'm like, what? And I went and looked at my times in 3 minutes, almost 3 minutes. And then last Friday we did Andy again, which we had done last October.
Mm-hmm.
And my time on that was like 29 minutes last October. And then this last Friday I did it in just over 26 minutes. So almost a 3-minute PR there too.
And so cool because not opposite ends, but of the spectrum in a sense, where you got a muscle endurance workout and then cardio, and then all barbell, right? So cool to see that both of those are improving for sure. I love it. What else?
I'm just really stoked about that, and my shoulder's feeling a lot better. It's nice. I can still just a tightness in general, and the range of motion is maybe a little bit and I think maybe working on mobility and stuff might be really good for it. I think right now, but other than that, it's feeling a lot more normal and being able to do snatches earlier in the week, even though I was nervous heading into doing that many, it still felt really good.
I saw that you ended at 55, right? Rep? That's great.
Which is maybe not quite as high as maybe I've done in the past.
Of course,
I'm like, I got to 55, I'll take it, and it felt really good still doing it. I'm pretty stoked about that. But I think, like I said, I maybe want to work on some mobility stuff just to get better range of motion in it. And that's always been an issue for me anyways, is having really bad mobility. Because, like, overhead stuff has always been hard for me. Maybe that's something I need to think about now.
Are you doing anything right now, mobility-wise?
Just my normal stuff, like my end-of-the-day stuff. I'll do, like, a little routine I have, but it's...
What's that?
It's kind of like the ROMWOD stuff that I used to do. I'll, like... It's like different stuff that we do in here for the dynamic warm-up. I'll use it as more of like a sit in the position for a couple of minutes, and I do one like where I'm just sitting in that position, and then I do the frog one, and then I sit
like
on
a bridge. Nice.
I do probably about 20 minutes worth of mobility, but it's not really anything that's specific to the shoulder.
It's a lot of static stretching as well. Let's get some more loaded dynamic work in there. Even grabbing like a 2.5 or a 5 pound plate when you come in and just doing some controlled arm circles with it, where you go through internal rotation and external rotation. You remember like we were doing against the wall when you hold the ball like that, but like a 2.5 pound plate and then a 5 pound plate, and help the synovial fluid get in there as well. But would you like me to put in some mobility stuff for you, like maybe on the schedule here? Pretty awesome.
It'll remind me to do it. I think I always think about it when I'm doing my stretching. So you probably need to do a little bit more than just what you do at the end of your day, because it's obvious that's probably one of the sticking points for me is the mobility of my hips, my shoulders, and all of that. If I can get better mobility in general, it'll give me better strength for the positions that I need to be in to do the stuff that I want to do.
Let's play the game. Maybe. What does better mobility mean for you when you say that? What do you want to see?
Like when people are doing the wall squats, I always have to do this because my shoulders can't really go above my head when I'm against the wall. That's definitely like this mobility. I'd love to have better mobility in that sense.
Really, your upper body's feeling tight, because when I look at you move, I'm like, no way, you've got plenty of mobility. You get below parallel, you're okay, it's going to be fine. And to a sense, the more flexibility and mobility we have, there's a tipping point to it where you can be so flexible that you're not strong, right? And we want to have that combination of it. And having that feeling of, oh, I need to stretch, but also I feel strong, is a really good place to be too. And that feeling is not normal. I don't want to say that, but not normal in a sense. And for you, it is not normal. You think of like your whole life leading up before you started doing CrossFit. When were you exercising so hard that you were like, oh, I'm so sore? Did you do that in your life growing up, or not really?
No.
Exactly. Me, myself, I grew up playing sports. I grew up like riding bikes, like doing it. I was just like the most active person. I've always been kind of tight, sore. My nervous system, my body, my brain remembers that, and then decides, because it's been so long that he's been like this, ignore that signal. What's happening to you right now is you're getting tighter because you're getting stronger. So your nervous system is going, send a signal saying, this isn't good, this isn't good, this isn't good, we need to fix this, we need to fix this. And it's taking a second to go, oh, do we need to fix it? Or is it actually good? It's just a different feeling. So that different feeling doesn't feel good because it's not normal for us, right? Part of that is let's add in some mobility work before and stuff too, but let's be careful with it and just not take it too far to the point where now you're injuring yourself because you're so mobile, right? We want to have that strength there too. Awesome. Let's dive in a little bit to the rope and nest stuff and kind of see where to go from there. Relationships, how are those?
Good. I probably eight-ish.
Nice.
On the scale, yeah.
Sweet. Organism, the body as a whole, how's it feeling?
Really good. I want to say 10, but like 8.5.
Like 8.5.
Happy with how much stronger I feel.
Part of that is because you feel stronger. That's why you're giving this a score. What else?
I kind of like, I've gotten to the point where I really kind of struggled with the weight thing and wanting to be losing a lot of weight, but I've gotten to the point where I feel like I've accepted that I'm not going to be 120 pounds. I'm never going to be that small. That's not realistic for me. But like, I'm really happy with like where I've kind of like found the almost like a homeostasis for me in my weight, where I'm accepted that this is, even as I gain a little bit more weight, it's not necessarily like fat. It's like muscle. I'm just like happy in the sense of like I'm stabilized in that sense.
But something to kind of like have to learn in a sense, like to see a scale go up and to be happy is such a weird juxtaposed thing. You know what I mean? Like that is not normal. Normally you see a scale go up and your whole life you've been trained that is bad. And now you're having to train your body and yourself to go, wait, no, this is good. I'm gaining muscle. This is awesome. That's so great. And then throw that scale away. Heck yeah. Cool. That sounds more like, to me, just being more confident in what you are, less always wishing you were, right? Wow. What a cool thing. I love that. Pollutants. Anything new?
No.
No new skincare products, no new nothing. Haven't been working on cars lately. Nothing like that. Okay. No. Keep that the same. Environments. How's this feeling?
All pretty stable, all about the same.
What would you put it at?
Probably 7.5, 8.
Cool. What do you want to put, 7.5 or an 8? Is it feeling more like an 8 or more like a 7?
Just with Lucas going back to school and things getting a little bit hectic, it's just life in general.
The change of what was not the routine, what was the chaos, what was the summer, is now the chaos of getting back into
the school year routine.
Totally.
So,
and the kids dumping themselves after they get home, right? I know when my girls come home and they're just like, because they've been holding it together all day and doing such a good job. And then when they get home, I get to be myself.
Okay, it's not just my nephew.
No,
I'm like, it's not just my nephew. I'm like, oh my God, why does he come home so crazy?
And they say that's actually a really good thing. It means that they feel safe around you. They feel they can be themselves. Because when they're at school, they're just told to like, hey, you got to be quiet. You got to sit still. You got to do this. You got to do that. And they're just like us, decision fatigued at the end of the day, and they just want to be themselves. I think it's such an amazing moment that when we get home with the kids, or your nephew comes home, to also be yourself with him. Ask yourself, what am I doing hobby-wise or enjoying or like whatever right now? That's what I want this kid to do when they come home. No more school for you for a bit. Just enjoy life, right? And what does that look like? For some kids, it's like, just go veg out, bro. This is it. For some kids, it's I'm going to color. Some kids, I'm going to go jump on the trampoline. I'm going to go to the park. I'm going to ride my bike. What is your thing that you do when the day is done and it's time for Sarah to...
That kid just wants me to play with him. He usually wants me to do hide and seek or pillow fights or something.
It's so fun for him, but like, what about you?
Me, personally, at the end of my day, I'm a veg out person.
Cool.
I play my video games at the end of a long, hard day.
Nice. How often have you done that over the last week? Has it been like, I do that pretty regularly? Or actually, no, it's been a while.
Pretty regularly.
Sweet.
Pretty regularly.
Good job. What would you put environments out on 1 to 10? 7 or an 8?
7.5.
Okay.
7.
All right. What would make it an 8?
What would make it an 8? For me, probably my personal space is lacking in a little bit more organization, like environment-wise. So I think if I maybe put some time into making...
You clean your shit up. I hear what you're saying.
If I put some time into that, my environment would be probably a little bit higher. That's like my last priority at the end of the day. And like, you know how that is.
I know how that is, for sure. But for me, I can't focus. If it's dirty, if it's not clean, it's a priority for me. I gotta get it done. I gotta get it clean, or else I'm not gonna be able to think about anything else. So, man. Okay, I'm moving on. That's nutrition. 1 to 10?
I think it's going pretty good. I obviously found that ground flax seeds was really difficult for me.
Okay.
So I found whole flax seeds.
Okay.
Switched that.
Why ground versus?
It's just because I was mixing it in like my Greek yogurt that I use for for lunch, and like it's just making it a weird consistency.
Oh, gotcha.
It was changing.
And instead of just having little crunchy pieces in there.
Yeah, so the whole seeds are much more manageable, much more doable. But I'm doing 1 tablespoon
Nice.
a day because I was like 2 tablespoons of that is going to be too much for me. So I'm starting with 1 tablespoon of each seed. Cool. And I'm getting ready the next day to switch to the next set. So it's just getting into the habit of it. I've been pretty good at doing it every day. There was like one day Saturday when we were out of town and I didn't even think about my seeds. So I was like, okay, it's one day that I missed. But I've been pretty consistent every single day doing it. So
have you noticed anything yet?
I've only had 1 period since I started it, and I did.
So I mean, to see much, but
yeah, I wasn't expecting to see much. I mean, it was a little bit of an easier period in the sense of like I didn't have as bad of a heavy flow day that I normally do. So
awesome.
I'm not gonna like say yes, it was the seeds right now, but I'm like waiting to see how it affects because this month will be the first full month that I've been doing the seeding, whereas the first time it was really only like 2 weeks and then my period started, so it really wouldn't have been that much of an effect. So hopefully. I think the next cycle maybe we'll see,
and we should be pretty close to that, right?
Yeah, I'm like 2 weeks out, so
okay, perfect. Heck yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how it affects it over.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited to see too, because that was a big thing when we first started, right? It was like your cycles really affected you.
Yeah, they do. They definitely
took you down, you know, and it's like we want it to be, like I feel a little different, of course, because I'm losing blood, but it's more normal from period to period and more regulated.
Yeah.
So what would you put nutrition out on a 1 to 10?
I want to say probably, like 8 would be nearly perfect. I want to say like 7.5, and I'm still not necessarily obviously counting my fruits and veggies, but I'm trying to, as I'm eating and getting my meals set, I'm like, okay, remember how much you had to eat when you were actually weighing, Sarah. So I'm kind of like, that's how I'm doing it.
Nice.
So I'm still trying to stay on point in the sense of eating enough protein and veggies and fruits every day.
Agreed. As
well as doing the seeding. So I'm pretty...
And you feel like eyeballing is working really great right now?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
I think so.
Awesome.
And I also am like, okay, so if you ever feel like you're kind of falling off on it, and I have my scale
there.
You're
just
I'm not as intimidated as I was before to, like if I feel like I need to, I could pull it out and start weighing again. So
that's exactly the point of why everybody should weigh and measure their food. It's not to be a freak about weighing and measuring your food and to get abs. It's to have the tool in the tool belt to go back to when you need to, and you're very objective about it, and you're like, yeah, look, I've been eating this and now I'm going back to this. Oh, that was a big difference. This makes sense why I had X result.
Yeah, now
I can fix it, right? Versus if somebody, like, there's a lot of talk about like hydration, for example. A lot of people will say, and it's well-found studies will say that you just go off of thirst. If you're thirsty, then drink water. That's all you need to do. You don't need to hit a certain amount of ounces. You don't need to whatever. You just need to, like, if you're thirsty, drink water. That's basically it. But then there's another camp like, no, you need X amount, half of your body weight in ounces, every day. And then if you exercise, 20 to 30 more ounces during the exercise. And then there's another camp that says, and on top of that, you should get electrolytes in there too. And, and there's another camp that says more or less. And the idea is the more objective we are, the easier it is to tweak.
Yeah.
So if I say drink when you're thirsty, and I'm like, okay, how much have you been drinking? And you're like, I don't know, when I'm thirsty, right? And I'm like, well, how much have you been drinking? And you're like, 100 ounces. I'm peeing all the time and I don't feel good. 80 ounces. I'm not peeing all the time. I feel great. We know what caused the change. And that's the thing I want to kind of look at with like the seed cycling and stuff is like, as you go into this next cycle, really focus on like, how was this cycle compared to the last one? And is this seed cycling actually affecting these two things? I wish there was a way to measure that, like, specifically,
And I think for me, I think one of the things that I'm looking forward to is potentially the energy level, because I've noticed that when I'm like heading into my cycle, I tend to like really dip down. I feel really tired and drained,
Which
and
you
worn
should.
out, which
You
is
should.
understandable when your body's going through such a hormonal change.
Yeah.
But I would be like looking out for changes in that, where if I'm not having as much of a drastic energy dip, if my emotions are a little bit more stable versus I'm getting a lot more irritable, like noticing those kinds of things is what I'm going to be looking forward as I go through heading into the seeding cycle, because I'm very aware of what my period looks like to me. Oh, I mean,
And the people around me are as well.
Maybe not when I was younger, but like probably in the last 10 years I've gotten to like really understand my cycle, because I understand like when I'm really irritable, I'm like, okay, I'll look at my because I keep track of all of it on my phone, and I'll like look at them. Okay, Sarah, you're like 3 days out from your period. That's why you're super bitching right now.
So the goal will be this time that you're like in your period and you're, wait a second, I'm not bitchy at all.
Yeah. I mean, I would be happy if the seeding helps me in that sense, because it's horrible.
So then that'll be what we look for next time we check in.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, how were you? How was it? Or
Yeah.
how is it going right now? Which might be right about that.
Right.
Okay, cool. I'll put that under as our homework, is to check back in on mood and energy during the period. Okay, cool. Nutrition. Anything else with nutrition that you feel like we should start focusing on or looking at? Are you pretty happy with where we are?
I think for now I'm kind of
Cool.
happy where I am. Yeah.
Sweet. Awesome. Love it. Exercise.
I think it's going good.
Yeah, you PR and everything. You're crushing it. Heck yeah. How do you feel about like the pre and post work and everything else you've been doing? Like, happy with that stuff too?
Yeah.
Okay, don't feel like it's too much or not enough?
Did I enjoy the seated box jumps? Not at all. Did
Not-
I like literally go to sleep the night before? I'm like, oh God, you're gonna have to go do
You're talking about
those
the seated?
I like,
the
yeah,
seated
no,
box jumps, yeah.
that I did on Monday. I literally like dreading it for 24 hours.
What'd you get? I haven't looked yet.
I got 22 inches.
Nice! So you put some plates on that thing. That's legit.
I tried,
That's legit.
and then like at where it was just like 23 and a half, I tried, and then like I was like, I went to the standing position, I'm like, nope, and then I walked away. So, but I was like right at the end there anyway, so it was like I really didn't have, I probably could have if I tried a couple more times, but I was like at the end of my 10 minutes,
I mean,
so.
To go from, no, I will not jump on that, you know,
Yeah.
before like a 20-inch box, nope, not happening, to like, now we're doing seated.
I was pretty surprised when I got to 20. I'm like, okay, Sarah, you this was easier than you expected, but I still
that's the
didn't
best
enjoy
feeling.
it.
That's still the best feeling ever, though. It's like you hop up there and you're like, whoa, I just floated up there. That's so crazy. That's so cool. You're like the most athletic that you've been at the oldest that you've been. Like, that's such a cool thing to be able to say.
I know, right?
Most people are like, I remember those days. You know, that's me. I'm like, I remember when I used to be like that. Now I'm not. Oh my God, it's so weird. Okay, so 9? I don't know.
8, 9,
8?
yeah.
Yeah,
8,
all
9.
right. We don't want to get too crazy. Right?
I know, right? I'm like, I'm not doing handstands and pull-ups yet, so
Well, I
I
would
can't
say,
really
like-
say a 10, but
like when
I'm
you're
pretty
like,
pretty
hey.
happy with my progress.
I did the warped wall. We just did the ninja competition. I'm like, we're a 9 or a 10. We're
Right.
crushing it. Security, anything different there?
No. It's
And
probably
traumas, anything? Nothing happened to you.
I took my nephew to school on Monday. It was the first Monday back for 3rd grade, and they at the school was like, you can walk them into their classroom past the gate, which
Yeah.
normally you can't
Oh,
because
cool.
of the first couple of weeks. I asked him, do you want me to walk you to your class? He's like, no. And then I walk into the gate, and I'm okay, bud. Normally he hugs me goodbye. He was like, bye, and walked off. I'm like, oh my God. So like literally I'm walking back to my car and I cried just a little bit because I'm like, oh my God, he's getting he's growing up too fast. He didn't want to hug his auntie goodbye.
I know.
That was a little bit of trauma for me, but I mean,
Oh,
besides
but
that,
seriously.
that's
Yeah.
the most of my trauma lately.
Totally. I'm feeling that. The girls are starting to get to that point too. Like, oh, no hugs. No, it's I'm like, what? No! For the
Don't
rest of
grow
your-
up so fast,
For the
right?
rest of your life, I will hug you. Kiss you forever. Man. Okay, cool. What I'm hearing is let's get some mobility stuff in there for the thoracic especially.
Mhm.
I'll put some stuff in pre and post for you. Go clean your room. And then let's continue with the seed cycling, but let's check back in on that mood and just be more cognizant of your mood and your energy levels and how that's feeling throughout the days with that. And if there's any effects there. So And besides that, we'll just keep crushing it. We're moving into, looks like we're just finishing up this cycle.
Yeah.
Oh, how did the handstand hold against the wall go?
I think it was like 42 or 43. Like I got like not more than, but I got around the same time.
Okay,
About
cool.
the same
and you
time.
wall faced.
I did the wall walking
Okay,
thing,
cool.
yeah, because
Awesome.
I did a couple of kick ups and
Okay.
I tapped my
Tried
foot to
it.
the wall, but
Hey!
there was no like full flip over. So I
But you
mean,
got your foot to the wall.
I'm getting my foot to the wall a little bit more consistently.
That's huge. I'm writing that down. That's a big thing. Once you got the foot to the wall, the hip's coming next. Once the hip gets there, you're in a handstand, you're fine. So it's awesome. Heck yeah. We'll probably make that a big focus on this next one. I want to like keep that momentum going there and all that. So sweet. Okay. Anything else for me?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Cool. Well, good job. Keep crushing it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me record this too, by the way. Appreciate it.